Hi there, this is Dead Rubino here. I'm playing Poppy in an ARAM game, second of my all random, all on YouTube games. Why did I buy that? Nah. I'm playing Poppy along with Cassiopeia, Wise, Gangplank, and Nunu against a Sejuani, Olaf, Aatrox, Draven, and Talon. If you watched my last episode, you may have seen me play as Xin Xiao. Now that I'm playing as Poppy, who I've played a good bit on ARAM and I know what to do with for, I'm probably going to be talking a bit more about some of the strategy involved with ARAM games, because they're not completely random. And in fact, even though there is a heavy amount of randomness, there's the main tactics of it is, of course, controlling that randomness. So some of the things you can do is just, if you have a melee champion, it's better to go to build tanky, even if your entire team is tanky. I mean, unless you have someone like Talon or Zed, someone who's like melee only in basic attacks, it's generally a good idea to be tanky, and even if your team has less damage, then you have committed tankiness, which is very useful. Not too much of an expert on this, but as I do more and more videos, hopefully my understanding of ARAM and your understanding as you watch said videos will increase. Not much more to talk about. Another way to controlling randomness is to take a look at what makes a good ARAM champion. For instance, Nidoy or Lux are both extremely good champions because they have a lot of poke and a lot of damage, and that is very tough to play against. However, the trick there is make sure you have a minion or tank in between you and them, or just walk back and forth to dodge the skill shots. It is relatively difficult to actually hit somebody other than by getting relatively lucky. I mean, if someone is stunned or rooted, or you make a nice skill shot, that's one thing. But as a general rule, if you're playing against an actively moving champion, there's a lot of luck involved and a lot of randomness. So if you're playing against a champion like that, or someone with a lot of AoE, it's best to keep moving and keep out of it. And if you're playing against, oh shoot. If you're playing, okay, I just ulted Olaf, who was at that point the only person chasing me. Let's change that. It's generally a good idea to, I completely lost my train of thought. Well, yeah, if you're playing against someone with AoE or a lot of poke and skill shots, it's best to keep moving and try and stay split. Now, it's actually kind of difficult because against poke you want to stay behind your tanks, and against AoE you want to stay separate, so it can be very difficult when you're playing against both tanks and poke. Oh shoot. Sorry, against AoE and poke. Wow, 4-1. Oh, nice Nunu plays. Hello, Deadly Heal. This fight was so interesting that I'm going to play it over again with a bit more in-depth review. Let's start off from the beginning. A little skirmish is going to erupt as Talon is going to kill Cassiopeia. Seeing Olaf is low, White Veil, I'm going to immediately jump on him. Sejuani at low health is running away, and Draven is coming in. Talon is retreating from killing Cassiopeia, who died White Veil. Rise and Nunu were up farming minions and are in the area, and Gangplank is at relatively low health and hanging back. So Rise is going to get a nice rune prison down on Olaf, allowing me to jump onto him and kill him. You notice he has 100 hit points, and so I'm going to kill him very fast and begin to run. Talon is going to go invisible and try and cut to the middle of our team by cutting across into that bush. He's going to actually appear for a brief second before cutting into that bush, so we're going to know he's there. I am there and have just killed Olaf for a shutdown. I'm now going to run along with Olaf and Gangplank. Sejuani has turned around and Draven has charged up front but isn't really sure what to do, so he just continually auto-attacks me until I get out of range. Talon is going to reveal himself a bit here, which is a huge mistake because our team is somehow smart enough to break up into a square with Nunu up there, Wise down here, Gangplank over there, and me, Poppy down here. We're all going to be out of range. So Gangplank, me, and Nunu will be out of range of his Q. Talon is also not going to use AoE, even though he does have it, presumably because Rise is the only one in range, and he has enough burst damage to finish off Rise easily. Draven is starting to pursue, and Nunu is just gonna kinda keep hanging up here farming minions. Sejuani is now on the chase forward, seeing we are in open retreat. So here we are again in a perfect square. Nunu's gonna leave minions and gonna go charging after Talon. The second Talon appears, Gangplank is gonna use his burial, expecting the Q that doesn't come. Talon is gonna jump on Rise and begin to kill him as we all swarm in on him, dealing CC and damage, and we'll quickly take him out. I'll get the kill for a double. Draven is coming in, and so is Sejuani, and after we kill him, Nunu is going to come forward and do what looks like begin to start his ultimate, but he's going to make a good decision and instead just face take Draven while Gangplank and I run away. So Draven is going to juke back a bit before coming, and Sejuani is going to charge in, but she can't really do much, so they're both going to go after Nunu, who is caught back a bit. As Nunu walks into the bush, Sejuani and Draven are not going to be able to see Nunu, and Gangplank and I are safely away. Nunu is going to start an amazing ultimate, which Sejuani and Draven cannot see. They won't notice the Nunu ultimate until they walk into the bush, and by that point, it'll be too late to run away, as Sejuani starts freaking out and isn't able to get away, and Draven barely survives and uses burial, but I jump on him, and combined with Nunu, we take him down. Nunu gets a double kill on an amazing... unlike raging at my teammates like the other team is, because Olaf is accusing Aatrox of feeding, I just told Nunu good job because he had an amazing ult. Not much more to talk about really at this point, but as a general rule, champions with a lot of getaway aren't as good at unless for squishy, and you don't want a squishy because of that big randomness aspect. It's because, I mean, playing Sona is nice, but if the enemy has a lot of poke, you don't really know whether or not Olaf is raging. You don't really know whether or not you're going to be able to survive a shot, and you're not going to be able to play as well. So even if you have somebody really good, even if you have a lot of escapability is not the same thing as just playing in solid health and tankiness, especially on ARAM. Dead. Or not. And I'm gonna shut up and play Poppy. Well, Poppy is actually a really good champion on this because she's relatively tanky, but she also has a lot of damage and okay. Worth the kill because I was gonna die anyway. Need some tank. But it's always a good idea to have someone like Nidalee or Lux or Nunu or Poppy who deal a good amount of damage, but they're not completely squishy like a Sona, or Sona's the best example I can think of. But Cassiopeia is a lot squishier than Aatrox. Ooh, wow, that's such I should not have used that for. Another big thing on ARAM is that and controlling for randomness is making sure that you have good communication. Your teammates and you know what your teammates are going to be doing. Even if it's just something simple as, I'm gonna go check this bush. If someone walks into a big trap and dies, on ARAM, I mean on anything, on any map, but on ARAM it's especially key. Just because there's a lot happening in any given team fight. Yeah, whatever. But yeah, there's just a lot going on in any given team fight, and it's always nice to know what your team wants to do. And I can't move back, can I? And it might be a good idea, it might be a bad idea. What they're signaling to do and what they actually end up doing could be two completely different things, but I mean, no. And last but not least, random things I think could be useful for playing on ARAM. is that it is nice to die once in a while. It's best to try and keep this at a kind of face tank a turret alone and get some damage on a turret, not give the enemy any money. But if you're at low health, you want to fight out with a lot less feel. And when you're at low health, and when an enemy is at low health and haven't been back to buy in a while, always remember that in any given fight, they're going to be without any feel. And they're going to be fighting completely doing pretty good. But yeah, it's always remember that in a lot of situations, your enemy is going to be playing without feel. And so it's always best to, if an opponent's low health, finish them off quickly. In my mind, on an ARAM especially, there's no such thing as trying to keep yourself alive, especially if you've got a lot of gold. But yeah, I mean, just I have no clue who I ulted on, so I'm just gonna go with it. Okay, Olaf is raging at the world when he himself is horrible. I just said it, this Olaf is bad. He's not good. Quite the opposite. But anyway, I doubt he'll be watching this. ARAM strategy. Well, I've kind of discussed most of ARAM strategy. I mean, to a point that there is any strategy that can be used on ARAM. Oh shoot, oh shoot, oh shoot, oh shoot, oh shoot. Now I'm just gonna talk about random things, because this is all random on YouTube. All on YouTube. Oh! War. Totes War. Totally War. I didn't even get the kill. Totally Wolf anyway. Kill Olaf. Kill him. Wow, let's go in Cassiopeia. Oh well. So my current strategy is just gonna be to get a ton of AD and do a lot of damage and be really OP. And be happy because I'm really OP and then just destroy everybody. Nunu is like 10 times as OP as I am. He's 10-2, I'm 9-4. So my main goal is going to be protecting Nunu. Woo! That talent. Aww. Oh, thanks for... Wow. Gangplank, why you take that from me? Well, now someone... Cassiopeia, you should not be the one taking this. Just saying... Should I? Again, totally 100% and completely war. Okay, Olaf is coming into flank. You need to kill him, CC him, get the poke down, because we have a ton of poke. We just need to get it down before they kill us. Go Nunu, go Nunu, go Nunu, go Nunu. Hey, go team.
My convictions will not falter.
So I just have to kind of give out some. I just have to give out, some promotion for my channel, But anyway, sorry for the long pauses. I don't really know what to say anymore. We're just like beating them, and I'm gonna get you over. Oh no, no. Gonna bait him, but that didn't work.
Immediately. Your team has destroyed a turret. Your team has destroyed a turret. It will bring peace. Killing spree.
No.
You have been slain.
And get to the heal in time. What else is there to talk about? Oh, I guess newsworthy. I think I'm going to start making champion guides to the champions I play a lot, such as Zed, Catalina, Jolvin the Fourth, of course. A bit of Nami, probably. Some strategy guides. Also, just more ARAMs, more all-random all-mid. I don't know. If some other things become really popular and this isn't getting very many views, this might go away. So if you really like this, you should tell your friends all about it. Okay, now that is what you call poppy play. I'm a good poppy,
My convictions will not falter.
And GG, well played. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Hopefully you'll see my next episode of All Random All Mid in, I don't know, a couple days. Yeah, bye.